Deer Lake School, when we got there, the thing I remember is coming down, and we would always get there before the school opened because it was like a meeting ground. It was a social event, and we would always bring our own soccer ball, and we would start playing soccer. Baseball was a huge event at Deer Lake School because we would practice it so that we could have a father and son game at the very end of the year. So all the sons would get together and take on the fathers. We would play and learn the game so we could beat our dads. So yeah, that was a highlight. And then every, I believe it was Friday, we would go early to the ice skating rink over at C.G. Brown, I think it was called. And that's when you had to learn if you were a gentleman or not, and ask a girl to go skating. And of course, all the teachers' eyes were on you to make sure that
there was, so you could have a girl.
Yes,
skate.
Yeah, there was no funny business, and you know, we would try and get away with it in a very unobtrusive way by lining up people and all sort of skating together, and then, you know, releasing that one person at the end.
There's always a way.
There's always a way.
There's always a way.
Learned a lot over the years. I think I learned more about God probably in the last, I would say, 4 years of my life than maybe the first 50 years. And I had to undo all my thinking on the love of God, because we can only see the love of God from people on how they treat us, the things they say to us, their stimulating conversation on who He is, and then get us charged up so that we'll go investigate it for ourselves. And I think the teachers at Deer Lake School, most of them I would say were like that. And I really liked that because they really practiced what they preached. I actually loved taking French with Mr. Sandus, because he would always motivate me to go write all my French on the board while the other kids were out playing at recess time, just so that I could ace the quiz. And I really enjoyed the challenge of trying to speak it and learn it from him, and was really challenged by him. It's the teachers that make the difference, because they're willing to put in more effort. You know, they would stay with me after school. They would work with me a little bit longer on problems that I could tell were frustrating for them, but they were patient. And if it wasn't for the patience of those teachers at Deer Lake School, I honestly don't think I would be where I am today. To this day, I don't know how my dad honestly could afford it. And then they wanted us to be next door to the school, and then they wanted us to just be above, and then finally we moved out and they said, no, there's got to be a bus. I'll pay for that bus or whatever, but we want a bus taking the kids back to Deer Lake School all the way from Coquitlam. I would say sacrifice everything. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, my parents, when I look back on it as a parent myself, and my kids had a Christian education, it's invaluable. It makes you a more well-rounded individual that's more thoughtful about people in general. And it just helps you to become a better person to function in society, not in an unrealistic way, but in a way that I think God wants all of His children to function. And so Christian education, you can't put a price on it. So I really appreciated my Christian education.